would like to congratulate the people of Egypt and the Arab world and the Islamic world because of the start of the Hajj month. We are very near to the Hajj rituals and also the feast of Adha. I wish the best for and prosperity for the Egyptian people. Actually, I would like to start today with the most important event, which is the economic Egyptian American Economic Forum. 80 of the biggest companies in America came to Egypt, led by the president of the American Chamber, and that was a very important visit. This is the first official visit by the president of the Chamber. And the most important thing is that she recognizes what took place in Egypt, and she met with President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. She said that I'm going to be an ambassador for Egypt in the United States after to attract investment to Egypt after what I saw in my visit. So this is very important statement that she said. We are keen on attracting investments from all countries. We want Egypt to be attractive for investments. As you know, the economic zone in the Suez Canal keen on attracting the investments. We are specifically speaking about that the United States, for example, is famous for being a technological state. Also, there are also agreements in the field between Egypt and the United States in the field of renewable energy investment industry. And the American companies was keen to know all the chances and the opportunities of investments in Egypt. The most important message that Egypt is a big market and a good future for the investment, because Egypt is a stable and secured country. So there was a follow-up for all the national projects of the infrastructure that took place in Egypt. We went through all these projects, the ports, the project for ports, for accesses, for roads, for bridges, all the infrastructure. This is a very important point for Egypt. Also, in addition to the security and stability of Egypt, and also the taxes and the facilitations that Egypt provide for the investors. That was also a very important point. And what we exert and our vision for the coming phase, so the companies would be able to invest in Egypt and to attract people for investing. Let's speak about 2 points. The first, that we accepted the American course. So that was as a result of negotiations that we have discussed, and it was a very good opportunity to encourage the American companies to come and to be in Egypt and to make its industry here in Egypt. The second thing is the halal, the milk products. We all know that the milk products, when it's alive, not when it's slaughtered, this means so it's going to be mixed with other milk products. This is nonsense, of course. This was not made. There was a kind of thinking as an idea, but what happened that we did not implement this here in Egypt as an Islamic country, of course. So we said this before. We are going on this on the meat and the chicken. We have announced and the certificates and also the cheese, and it's very well known that and it has special properties. We know. I only wanted to stress on this. The important thing was the meat. 2 points. There was complaints from some countries, most of the countries that Egypt import from 50% of the food Egypt need, it imports from other countries, especially from the United States. So we have a company that is responsible. So there is a committee, of course, for the revision of the slaughtering of halal as on the Islamic system. So the American side was complaining that there are high payments and a budget because the budget in United States is completely different from here in Egypt. So they mean the taxes that are put. So we made a compromise because they wanted to make the taxes less. The most important that we opened the door for several companies, not only one company, and that's what we are doing nowadays. So that would be a kind of competition. This is simply what happened. The important thing also, on the sideline of this, there was a memorandum of understanding between the company of IBM and the Minister of Communication to train several Egyptian youth in the field of artificial intelligence and communication. And this sector is the sector of the future, is a promising future. This is the tomorrow and the future. We are paving a way for, of course, job opportunities in this field. The Egyptian youth is now living in Egypt but working in multinational companies abroad, working online. There was also a kind of meetings with the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, as the President is always keen on reviewing the latest developments in the field of energy. The President have praised very much what has taken place, that have encouraged the company of Shell to go, and ExxonMobil, which is the biggest country in the world in the field of energy. And they praised what the Egyptian state is doing today, and they are increasing their investments inside Egypt. We have heard this from Shell, a company, and they in the name that they decrease because they trust the Egyptian state, and the researches they made and the studies they made shows that there would be discoveries in Egypt in the coming phase. So this was very important. The other thing, the directives of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi concerning the benzene and the gas products. So the solar thing that we have spoken about this last week in our weekly meeting, and also in today's weekly meeting with the ministries, the cabinet meeting also, we spoke about this. Actually, there are specific laboratories who define this, and a committee that goes through So that's why we are taking all the needed measures at the same time to put restrictions concerning in order to be able to control the market, in order not to repeat this. The important thing that the minister showed to the president the ships that were in order to meet the needs of the market, and also to provide the needed electricity we need for Egyptians. Also, we're speaking, we are going to have 4 ships. In comparison to last week, we had 1 ship. So this summer is going to be the least production concerning the gas from the Egyptian fields. Starting from September, the numbers are going to increase. We hope this is going to come to light. Concerning the local production, and we hope the best, we expect more discoveries in the production of gas, and Egypt is going to have its role in this field. In the field of industry, you have followed that we have made 2 meetings. There was a meeting with the Minister of Industry and the Minister of Transportation, and the production, so that there would be companies and factories established only for the purpose of exporting. There was a meeting with Samsung Electronics, the international Samsung. Of course, this is one of the biggest companies. Also, its production is example of its production is mobile phones and also televisions, and this is technological productions. And the CEO of the company in the Middle East stressed that during the 3 coming years it's going to export to Egypt more than, it's going to be increased by 30% during the coming 3 years. And this is, of course, a big production that we are going also to give them help. There was a tour in October and in Sheikh Zayed, and we saw the celebration of the day of ambulance and 123 years that have passed on the establishment of ambulances. This is very important for the social protection initiative that was launched by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, in addition to 300 housing that have been established. The Egyptian state have made efforts in this field, and we had the International Bank have praised the efforts exerted by the state in this field. Also, the tourism organization of Arab organization have chosen also Egypt have chosen the North Coast to be one of the important districts and important place to visit during tourism tours. The last point is when I met with the Minister of Endowment. So we spoke about the selling of the assets of the endowments. We are not going to sell these assets, but we are going to cooperate with the private sector in order to benefit from it and not to sell it. That's what I would like to stress on, and the role of the Minister of Endowment to preserve this, and it's responsible for this. The idea is just benefiting from these assets and not selling it, and I'm stressing on this point. And if this happens, it's going to be put in a certain frame, but we're preserving the assets. I'm going to stop on this point for the questions, please. We want to know the concerning the law of housing and also the preparations made by the state for the field for the feast. Well, we make of course a program, a certain program for the holidays. And also concerning the building on the agricultural lands, actually we take restrictions and very strict laws concerning this. We have opened markets with low prices and affordable prices to meet the needs of the Egyptian citizens before the feast. The law of the renting law, the old one, have been discussed in the Parliament, so let me speak about this important point. We said before that the first draft, we have stressed that it's a first draft, and we know we know that it's complicated. This issue is really complicated. We are speaking about a law that goes back to 60 years ago, and a series of laws that followed it. So we had to face this. We had to face this problem. There's a real problem on the ground. So we made a first draft and we sent it to the Parliament. And you have asked me that you as the government, are you going to be able to retreat and stop this law if the Parliament did not accept it? I have stressed that we are not, we want to solve this problem between the renter and the owner, and to reach a suitable solution after 6 years from the launching of this law. We are going to leave the space for the discussions in the parliament. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi gave directives to make a balance between the rights between the renters and the owners. And due to this, after discussions and the directions, we started to see this, and we have a deadline, of course, and the value of the renting, and due to this we have directions to move that there would be the apartments that are rented, of course, is different from the shops that are rented 6 years ago. This is going to differ from the shops. The apartments would differ from the shops. And the villages, of course, the renting and the old places are going to have lower value of renting. There are also committees that are going to evaluate it's going to be related to the level of the district, without mentioning any residents or cities. So it's going to differ from one place to another, that this is going to go back to the rural areas is completely different from the classy areas, of course. Please. Egypt is getting ready for and preparations for the opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum on the 3rd of July. What are the preparations that has been taken concerning receiving the visitors? We meet on weekly basis. The official invitations have been sent already for the kings and the presidents of the countries who are invited, and the public figures. At the same time, concerning the museum, we're working on the latest touches for the renovation and for the area surrounding the museum. For example, the airport of Sphinx, not the direct area in surrounding the museum, but also the airport that's going to receive the visitors. We hope God would help us, and we hope this event is going to be to show the greatness of the Egyptian civilization, and this is going, of course, Egypt's gift to the whole world. Please. Dr. Khaled Al-Anani, the nominee for the UNESCO, what is new concerning the, are we make benefit from the attendance of the presidents of the world in this concern? The Egyptian state is exerting great effort in this file, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs also the President and officials of the Egyptian government, if they meet with a foreign official, of course this is on top of the agenda of the meeting, and the UNESCO is a very important organization for Egypt and the whole world, of course, and we are going to benefit for marketing for the Dr. Khalid El-Anani that we hope is going to win. Its elections is going to take place next October. We hope he's going to succeed in this mission. The positive news is your meeting with the Minister of Endowment, and so the new system that used to have been long ago in the villages, and also the developments in the field of learning. So whether in the villages or the cities. Minister of Endowment have discussed this with the President to discuss this in details. I wanted to make sure that the system is going to introduce messages that is going to help in the creation of a normal character of Egyptians, and through this I would like to stress we are keen on the ethics of the Egyptian state, which is built on tolerance and accepting others and love for the homeland. This is very important. I have discussed this with the Minister of Endowment because it's playing a big role to go parallel with the schools or the kindergarten. So for like the preschools concerning the language, the religion, and of course the Arabic language that we are keen for all the Egyptians to know it very well, and also the mathematics and science. So when he is applying for the school, to have a background and not to start at the school as to start from zero. So we're moving. So the system is going to play a good role. Also the mosques and the churches could help in this to have classes or places that is going to help in learning and studying for the young children, parallel with the youth centers and cultural centers for the kindergarten and the preschool. So the Minister of Endowment is revising this under the directives of the President, because the 2 first years for the children to learn is very important. in order to have a positive effect. The Bank of Cairo, and we'd like to know more about. The second thing is that you have stressed that the state is abiding by the rules of monitoring the assets of the endowment. Is there a certain vision for the state or the Minister of Endowment? Some endowment, so we'd like to know the coordination between the state and the Ministry of Endowment in monitoring the assets. This is a program that we are working on. Today there was a meeting with the Minister of Investment. We were revising and expanding for certain companies that are going to enter this program in the coming phase, and how we are going to again this program. Sometimes it's not good to announce this early, because this affects the assets. So because it affects the bars. So this is not publicly announced because it affects the market and the bars. When we are ready, we announce immediately. The same as you have just mentioned, the Bank of Cairo. So the evaluation is taking place nowadays, so we should not announce this. So I'm stressing that this thing, we should not announce it except when we are ready in the coming phase. The endowment, the Minister of Endowment, Dr. Osama Al-Azhari, is working on what you have just mentioned, and this is a part of the discussion I made with him, how to regain this culture, and this happens when there is a feedback from this system. It's the people themselves are going to benefit, and it's not a secret. So we would like to double the outcome of the endowment ministry. This is going to encourage the citizen to come back for this idea. For the neutralization, we hear news that there would be an increase in the electricity prices for the coming phase. How is this true? Is it true? Every year there is an increase because of the higher budget. So we increase. It's completely different from the petroleum. So every year, automatically, there are increase and the support. We are also keen not to make any inflation, so that's what I am stressing on. Every year it has a certain time, and we make a study and we make the percentage of the increase. Last question concerning housing. The Ministry of Housing, the citizen sees that this is an increase in the size of what is available for selling. The role of the state in order to avoid a housing bubble that is going to take place. Let's differentiate between the housing projects by the state and by the private sector. I have said that the state is providing support for the social housing project. So it's installments on 20 years, and the installment is very low in order to be affordable for the citizens. So the housing apartments, of course, completely different and very low prices that is affordable for the low-income citizens. Concerning the private sector, it's a free market. We are only organizing the real estate is as a state, we monitor the real estate and the private sector projects, and we control, of course, in order to avoid a housing bubble in Egypt. The cycle of housing in Egypt is completely away from the housing bubble, because it's not only taking loans from the banks. It's established on that the real estate is giving the budget, putting his budget. Last year we have the bubble is not going to take place, that the market of housing is going to collapse. This is not going to happen. We would like to support the youth who really needs support, and also the low-income citizens. So, at the same time, so as not to compete as a state with the private sector, we, for this, our target is the low-income citizens and the youth. In order not to be competing with the private sector, I thank you very much. See you next week.